There was a small town nestled between green hills and winding rivers, where life moved slowly and people believed there was always plenty of time. In that town lived a young man named Daniel. Daniel was not lazy in the way people often imagine laziness. He was intelligent, creative, and full of ideas. Everyone in his school once believed he would become something remarkable. Teachers praised his thinking, friends admired his imagination, and his parents often said, "He will do something big one day." But Daniel had one silent weakness: he believed time would always wait for him. He postponed everything. "If not today, tomorrow," he used to say. Assignments, tomorrow. Skill learning, tomorrow. Business idea, tomorrow. Even small responsibilities were pushed aside with a comforting lie that there would always be more time later. At first, nothing seemed wrong. Life was calm. Days passed gently like floating clouds. Daniel spent hours on his phone, watching videos, scrolling endlessly, and telling himself that he was resting his mind for something big. But time, unlike people, does not complain. It simply moves forward. The first warning. One day, Daniel's school announced a competition, a national-level scholarship exam that could change a student's future. The winner would receive full funding for university and mentorship from top professionals. Daniel saw the announcement and thought, "This is important, I should start preparing soon." But soon turned into later. Later turned into tomorrow. Tomorrow turned into, "There's still time." A week before the exam, panic finally arrived. Daniel opened his books, but everything looked unfamiliar. Pages that once seemed easy now felt like a foreign language. He tried studying late at night, forcing his tired brain to absorb months of ignored lessons. But it was too late. On exam day, Daniel sat in the hall with heavy eyes and heavier regret. Questions appeared on the paper like reminders of lost opportunities. He could answer only a few. When the results came, his name was nowhere near the top list. That evening, he sat alone near the riverbank. The water flowed calmly, unaffected by his thoughts. For the first time, he felt something strange: time was not his friend anymore. It had moved without him. Still, he didn't change. He told himself, "It was just one exam. Next time I'll be serious." But, next time, is a dangerous promise when action never follows. The slow disappearance of opportunity. Years passed. Daniel finished school, but not with distinction. He entered college, but without passion. He chose a general degree because he hadn't prepared for anything specific. While others worked on skills, coding, writing, designing, business, Daniel continued his habit of postponing. He often said, "I'll start when I'm fully ready." But readiness never came. His friends began moving ahead in life. One started a small online business. Another got a scholarship abroad. One became a content creator with growing income. Daniel watched them from a distance, feeling both happiness for them and confusion within himself. Why is everyone moving forward so fast? He wondered. But the truth was simple. They had learned to respect time, while he still expected time to wait for him. One evening, he met an old school teacher, Mr. Harris, in a bookstore. The teacher looked at him warmly. "Daniel, it's been a long time," he said. Daniel smiled politely, but something in his expression revealed exhaustion. Mr. Harris noticed it. "How are you doing?" There was a pause. "I'm still figuring things out," Daniel replied. The teacher nodded slowly, as if he already understood. Then he said something that stayed with Daniel forever. "Time doesn't punish anyone, Daniel. It simply exposes them." Those words were simple, but they felt heavy. The turning point. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about his life. He looked at his phone screen. Hours had disappeared again without notice. Another day lost. Another promise broken. He stood up and went outside. The night sky was quiet. Stars shimmered like distant reminders of possibilities he had ignored. For the first time, Daniel asked himself a serious question. What have I done with all the time I was given? The answer hurt. Nothing meaningful. No discipline. No direction. No consistency. Just delay after delay. He realized something important that night. Success was not missing from his life because he lacked talent. It was missing because he had never respected time. Time was not the enemy. Wasting it was. The change begins. The next morning, Daniel made a decision that felt small but powerful. He wrote on a piece of paper, "I will not waste today." It was not a dramatic promise. There were no loud declarations. No announcements to friends. Just a quiet commitment. He started simple. He woke up early. He studied for 2 hours without distraction. He limited social media. He planned his day in advance. At first, it felt uncomfortable. His mind constantly searched for escape, quick entertainment, easy relaxation, excuses. But Daniel resisted. Slowly, something changed. Time began to feel different. Hours no longer disappeared. They became useful. Days no longer felt empty. They felt structured. Weeks no longer blurred together. They started building something. He began learning digital skills. He practiced writing. He explored freelancing. He made small mistakes, corrected them, and continued. What surprised him most was not how fast success came, but how quickly life started responding when he respected time. The hidden secret of success. Months passed. Daniel wasn't rich. He wasn't famous. But he was progressing. He earned his first small income online. It wasn't much, but it meant everything to him because it came from discipline, not luck. One evening, he revisited the riverbank where he had once felt regret. This time, he felt something different. Peace. He realized a truth that had been hidden in plain sight all along. Success is not built in giant leaps. It is built in small, consistent uses of time. He remembered all the days he had wasted thinking there would always be more time. But there wasn't. There is only now. The final lesson. Years later, Daniel became a mentor for young students. He often shared his story, not as a tale of achievement, but as a warning wrapped in hope. One day, a student asked him, "What is the biggest secret to success?" Daniel smiled. He thought for a moment and replied, "It is not talent. It is not luck. It is not even intelligence." He paused. "It is how you treat your time when no one is watching." He explained that time is the only resource that is equal for everyone. Rich or poor, smart or average, young or old, everyone receives the same 24 hours. But the difference lies in how it is used. Some invest it, some waste it, and over time, that difference becomes destiny. The reflection. Daniel often returned to that same thought. His life didn't change because he suddenly became extraordinary. It changed because he stopped being careless with ordinary moments. He learned to respect small hours. He learned to value early mornings. He learned that discipline is not punishment, it is protection against regret. And most importantly, he learned that time doesn't need to be controlled. It needs to be used. Because once it is gone, even regret cannot bring it back. Closing thought. The river in his hometown still flows the same way it always did. Calm, constant, unstoppable, just like time, and those who learn to move with it, instead of against it, quietly build a life they once only dreamed of. Daniel once believed he had plenty of time. Now he knew the truth. You don't find time for success. You make success from the time you stop wasting.